Hi, this is Dimitris Branovsky, author of the Curious Tanguero newsletter and tango books like Tangofulness, Tango Tips by the Maestros, and the tango novel When the Embrace Whispers. Today, I'll read a few excerpts from Tango Tips by the Maestros, hoping you'll find them useful, and maybe even check out the book on Amazon. It's available in English, Spanish, and Italian, with more languages coming soon. You can also find it on Audible as audiobook. Let's get started. This excerpt is from the chapter written by Edwin Olarte, Body Consciousness. It often happens that people come to classes asking us suggestions about different physical problems. The shoulders, the back, the neck, and the knees are the most common areas where they experience pain or are already injured. Others, even if they don't have a real physical issue, they have difficulty in maintaining their balance, or some part of the body is really rigid, or they have a bad posture. In most cases, these people are not doing any other physical activity except tango, and usually don't know what generated the problem. Tango salon is not a physical discipline as intense as ballet or modern dance or tango escenario. It is, however, something that involves the entire body. Even in tango salon, if you repeat a wrong movement several times, it can be dangerous for your body. A bad posture, a wrong way to step, the overcharge of the weight in the wrong part of the body can be dangerous over time. For that reason, it is very important to verify that your teacher has studied this field and that she takes the responsibility to teach how to take care of your own body. Something that everybody should do before a tango class alone or with a teacher is to connect with his or her own body. A good exercise to try is to stand up and share the weight of the body on both legs. The hips should not be forward or back, but exactly in the center, and the upper part of the body should project upwards, stretching all the spine as a result, creating a space between ribs and hips. Using this good posture, you can avoid a lot of back problems and have a better balance while dancing. Another important part of the body that usually doesn't receive enough attention is the feet and the way you step. When you pass the weight from one leg to the other, you should really pay attention to not step on the big toe or the pinky. All the weight should be transferred to the center of your metatarsus, at the level of the second toe, and the weight should be distributed over the entire foot. This could prevent bad distortion, inflammation, and it helps a lot with improving your balance. Dance is a connection between the couple and the music, but first of all, with your own body. Musicality and how to improve it. While dancing tango, milonga, or vals, there are times people are more preoccupied with doing a lot of sequences than keeping a rhythm, a cadence, a connection between steps, time, music, harmony, and interpretation. Often, it is difficult to understand the difference between time and double time. Even if you understand it, it's not the same to put it in practice. It is also crucial to understand the difference between a vals, a milonga, and a tango, which, contrary to what most people believe, is not only in the rhythm, but in the cadence itself. Finally, you need to understand the difference between distinct orchestras. If you can achieve to have a real connection with the music, your dance will have another flavor, another consistency, and that is when you can enjoy a tanda a lot more. How can you achieve this connection? First of all, you should know that it's a matter of time. You should listen and listen and listen to as much tango as you can to really feel the music inside you. Take a moment to do a simple research on the music, the different orchestras, the different rhythms. You can find some useful links on the reader's online environment in the section for this chapter. But time is not the only factor. If you really want to improve your musicality, try going through a dancing journey. My partner and I usually start a class of musicality by just walking an easy rhythm tango, canaro, for example. The rhythm is easy to recognize. Then we pass to a different style, a bit more rhythmical, d'Arienzo, for example, and then a more intense pugliese, and then a more relaxed di Sarli. The feeling of walking to different orchestras should also be reflected in the way you walk. The personality of the steps is different. You can find the sequence I just mentioned in the reader's online environment if you would like to listen or dance to it. A second good exercise is to recognize this difference while walking in time and then double time. You can do this exercise using the same sequence of orchestras I mentioned above. Then, take this exercise one step further by paying attention not only to the basic rhythm and harmony, but also to the different shades in a theme. These shades are made by the singer or a particular instrument which may predominate in one part of the theme. Simply walking might look like an easy exercise, but it is one of the most complex and never-ending things in tango. A good way to step to the music with personality can be a great difference while dancing tango, creating an embrace of trust and connection. The embrace itself is a gesture of fraternity, love, and consolation. It is a human gesture of protection and feeling, and tango should absolutely reflect this. The embrace, with all its virtues, makes tango a dance distinguished for its fluidity and harmony between the couple. Embrace, music, rhythm, and enjoyment. Regardless of your race, skin color, age, or language, the embrace is a universal gesture. However, it's difficult for many people to do something that appears to be so natural. Usually people embrace in special moments or when they really feel the desire to embrace, and it's usually not with strangers. When people find out that they have to share this emotional part of themselves in order to dance tango, it's common to see some discomfort. This usually happens during the first class, and then, unfortunately, if a person goes on studying, she may replace this shyness with a rigid and cold embrace. How nice and satisfactory it is instead to embrace another person for 3 minutes and feel protected, welcomed, and connected. Even in the first classes, you should never forget or replace it with only steps and sequences. To achieve a good close embrace, you should first work on your body awareness. An excellent exercise to do as a couple is to simply have one of you close the eyes and the other to lead with one hand on the chest. Try that for one song, then change the role. Men and women should alternate between following and leading because when you dance, the connection is not only from the follower to the leader, but the leader should also be connected to the follower. Experiencing the following side is one of the best ways to strengthen that connection. Technically speaking, a good close embrace should be for the leader with both elbows pointing down. The left arm should be positioned as if the leader is offering something. The right hand of the follower should rest on the left hand of the leader without pressing down. The elbow should not point upwards. The left arm of the follower should be positioned on the shoulder of the leader. It does not matter if it is on the upper part of the shoulder or the shoulder blade. The important thing is to not press on the shoulder. There should be contact but not strength. Technically, this is a good close embrace, but then when everything is at its place, you should never forget the feeling of a real embrace. You are embracing and dancing with another person. So go ahead, embrace someone, put all the technical advice in place, and when you have it, simply ask yourself, how can I add feeling to this embrace? And then simply pay attention to what your body tells you. If you enjoyed what you learned in this episode, visit tangotipsbythemaestros.com to explore all available languages as paperback or as audiobook, or simply search Tango Tips by the Maestros on Amazon. Also, if you found this episode helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends. For a curated list of free and paid resources to help you improve and enjoy your tango, go to thecurioustanguero.com/Argentine Tango. I've put together a list just for you. I'll say it again, thecurioustanguero.com/Argentine Tango. And remember to smile, you've discovered tango. Most people haven't. What a gift.